Hello everyone, good morning. This is Kiran Bogotra. Welcome to our next lecture. In our previous lecture, we discussed about the dicot family, and now we today discuss about also the dicot family is the Acanthesi family. First of all, we discuss about the systematic position according to Bentham and Hooker classification. Kingdom Plantae, division Spermatophyta, class Dicotyledons, subclass Gemopetalae, series Bicarpellary, order Personals, and family Acanthesi. So we discuss about the brief in their characteristics. So the kingdom Plantae, the autotrophic mode of nutrition. Cell wall is made up of cellulose, no locomotion, only movement. It means the plant in this, the chlorophyll are present. So the autotrophic mode of nutrition, it means they make a food by oven. Then the cell wall is made up of cellulose, and the plant have a no locomotion, but they can occur only movements. Then division Spermatophyta produce a flower during the life cycle. The sex organ are multicellular. After fertilization, ovule turn to seed and embryo formation occurrence. It means that in this division Spermatophyta included this plant, they are the producing a flower, their life cycle. Then they are after the fertilization, ovule turn into seed. It means the seed formation. So also the embryo formation occurrence. Then a class dicotyledons, the taproot system. Two cotyledons are present. One is reticulate. Flower are pentamorous or tetramorous. After fertilization, ovary convert into fruit. It means that the two cotyledons are present, so it is known as the dicotyledons. And also the all the dicot family, the root is a taproot system. Then a venation is a reticulate venation. It means that in this leaf, the midrib are arranged in a net-like structure. Generally, the flower are a pentamorous or tetramorous. It means the calyx and corolla are 4 number or a 5 number. After fertilization, ovary convert into fruit. In this plant, the fruit are also formation in this portion of ovary. Then the subclass is a Gemopetalae. The petals are united. Epipetalous stamen in equal number to petals. The calyx and corolla are present, ovary superior to inferior. It means the petals are united. It means they are joined together, so known as the Gemopetalae. Then the epipetalous stamen, it means the petals and stamen both are fused together, so known as the epipetalous, and they are equal number of petals. It means the epipetalous stamen, they are equal number to the petals, and the calyx and corolla, the both are present. Then the ovary is either superior or either inferior. Then series is a bicarpellate. Ovary generally superior in bicarpellary series. The carpel usually 2 and rarely 1 or 2. It means generally the all family of this Acanthesi, the carpellar, it means they are a bicarpellary. But in the some plant, they have also monocarpellary or tricarpellary. The stamen alternate with the corolla lobe and equal in the number of fewer. It means generally the stamen are attached to with the corolla. Then the order is a personals. Flower are zygomorphic. It means the flowers are a irregular arrangement, so they are known as the zygomorphic. Then the stamen are 4 number and they are the didymus. It means they are arranged in a 2 row. The 2 are long and the 2 are short arrangement. And in some plant the stamen are 2 in number. Ovary uni or tetralocular and ovule indefinite. It means generally the ovary has a 1, 2 or 4 in number. Locules are present, and in this the ovule many are present. And then the family is a Acanthesi family. The family Acanthesi is commonly called the Acanthus family. This family Acanthus included about the 240 genera with the 2200 species. Of this, only the 508 species are found in India, and the 39 genera and 69 species of this family are found in Gujarat. And the member of this family are mostly distributed in the tropical and subtropical region. So they are the characteristic of this family Acanthesi. The most ofly in our Indian region, the 508 species are occurrence, and in Gujarat, the 39 genera and 69 species are totally occurrence. So they are the characteristic of this Acanthaceae family. Then now we discuss about the morphological character. In this, the vegetative character and the floral character. First we discuss about the vegetative character. In this vegetative character, we discuss about the habitat, root, stem and leaves. So in this habitat, the plants are the mostly herb plant and the few are climbers, some are xerophytic condition. So they are generally herb means their height is attained, they are a very small height. Then the shrub plant, it means this wood is a herbaceous wood and they are the height between the herb and tree. Few are climbers. The example of the Thunbergia, the plant is a climber plant. Then the some plant are a xerophytic condition. It means the low requirement of this water for this plant. The example is a Barleria, Bellepharis and Acanthus. And the some plant is aquatic, means they are found in a hotter region. Their plant is a Astracanthil longifolia. So they are the different variation of this occurrence of this plant, the Acanthaceae family. Then the root is a mostly in this dicot family. They are a taproot system present. Then a stem. Stem is a aerial, erect, underground, herbaceous or woody, branched, cylindrical, not swollen and not elongated, climbing or twining and spinoceous. It means generally the plant is a herb shrub plant. So the stem is a generally herbaceous. It means they are the evergreen or woody stem. They are the aerial means they are erect. It means they are the straight in position and underground. It means in this stem, the under portion of this soil, they have a tube-like structure are present. The example is a Rulia tuberosa. Then the node and internode. It means the between the two node portion, they known as the internode. So the internode are elongated portion, but at the portion of this node, they are a swollen structure. It means the structure are a fully false. And the climbing or twinning, the example of this stem climbing or twinning, there is a Thunbergia and this some stamen in this spinoceous. They are example of the Barlelia. Okay, in this stem, the spine are present. Then leaves. Generally, the leaves are a simple opposite decussate, exstipulate, petiolate, usually entire, acute apex, hairy, reticulate venation, pinnately in acanthus, and in some cases, some leaves are reduced and modified into spine. It means generally the leaves are a simple or opposite arrangement. Simple leaf, they are arranged in a single leaf lamina. Then the opposite have two types, the opposite superposed and the opposite decussate. In this opposite decussate, you can show this in this first picture, they are the arrangement of this opposite decussate. Then the exstipulate, it means the stipule are absent. Then a petiolate, it means the in this leaf the petioles are present. You can see this in this portion, they have a petiole portion. So the petiole are present, it is known as the petiolate. Usually entire surface, it means the surface have a smooth surface. Then acute apex, it means some in the leaf the apex is a acute hair spiny and the hairy. You can see this in this some the hair structure are present. And they are the pinnately acanthaceae. It means their plant is a acanthaceae plant. In this, the leaf are pinnately leaf. It means the many lobes are present in this. And in some case, the leaves are reduced and modified to into spine structure. The example of the Barleria. So we discuss about the vegetative character of this, the habitat, stem, leaf, and root. Okay, generally the habitat is a root, shrub, tree or climber plant. Then the root is a taproot system. Then a stem is a generally erect, herbaceous and woody stem. And some in this hair are present. The next one is a leaves. So generally the leaves are arrangement is a simple or opposite decussate. But in this acanthus, the leaf are arrangement in a pinnately type. And in other Barleria plant, it means the some rare plant. In this, the leaves are modified into spine. So our next character is a floral character. In this floral character, we discuss about the inflorescence, then a calyx, then corolla, then androecium, gynoecium, all the character. First, we discuss about the inflorescence. Inflorescence means that in this, the arrangement of this flower are defined. So the inflorescence is generally Cymose type. You can see this in this picture. They are the cymose type. In this, the first of all, the peduncle are formation. In the after the pedicle are formation and the fruit are formation. When the upper portion have a old flower formation, and this lower side they have a young flower formation. So they known as the basipetal succession of this formation of flower. Then usually dicotyl cyme and the end is the without a monocotyl branch. It may be terminal or axillary, spike in the crocentra and Erythremum, and the rarely solitary in Barreria. It means they are the dicotyl cyme. You can see this in this picture. The both the site arrangement are the same in this formation. They known as the dicotyl cyme. But after the upper portion, the only one portion are present on a right side, yeah, on a left side. So they known as the monocotyl cyme, and it may be terminal or axillary. This is the example of this plant. Okay, the plant is a terminally, it means the upper portion, or axillary, it means single. And the spike in a crocentra and erythremum. This is the example of crocentra. Okay, the arrangement of this inflorescence, they are a spike arrangement, and the rarely solitary in Barreria. So they all these are inflorescences are present in this Acanthaceae family. They are the cymose, dicotyl, spike and solitary. Then we discuss about the flowers. In these flowers, the bracteolate, bisexual, complete, zygomorphic, pentamorous or tetramorous, hypogynous, bracteolate are absent in Barreria. It means in these generally flower the bract are present, so they are known as the bracteolate. Then the bisexual, it means the calyx and endoecium and gynoecium, the both are present. Then completely, it means the calyx, corolla, endoecium and gynoecium, the fourth floral part are present. So they are known as the completely. They are also known as the hermaphrodite. Then the zygomorphic, it means the irregular. The leaf are not in a equal symmetrical. Then a pentamorous or tetramorous, it means generally the calyx and corolla are 4 to 5 in number. The hypogynous, it means the ovary is the superior. But in this Barreria plant, the bracteolate are absent. Then we discuss about the calyx. In this calyx, discuss about the arrangement of sepals. The sepals are generally 4 or 5. Gamosepalous estivation is the imbricate or valvate. In this, generally the sepals is a green in color. They are number of 4 to 5, and they are fused together. They are united. So they are known as the gamosepalous. And the estivation, it means the arrangement of these sepals and petals. They are the imbricate or valvate. In this valvate, the all are included the 4 or 5 number sepals. They are arranged in a single row, and they are fused together. So they are known as the valvate estivation. And this imbricate estivation, it means the out of 5 sepals, the 1 sepals are the externally inner side, the one is the externally outer side, but remaining 3 in this one portion is the inner and one portion is the outer arrangement. So they are known as the imbricate estivation. Then we discuss about the corolla. The petals are 2 to 5 in number. The gamopetalous, the petals are basically connected with the corolla tube, and the estivation is the imbricate or twisted. In this corolla, it means the petals, they are 2 to 5 in number. There are variation between the 2 to between these 5. They are gamopetalous, it means the petals are fused together. They are generally connected to the corolla tube, and the estivation is imbricate and twisted. You can see this in this picture. The valvate estivation, in this, all of these are a arrangement in a single manner. Then the twisted, it means the one petals are the arranged in a outer and inner, and the 3 are partially, and they are, one is a totally inner side, the one is a totally outer side, and remaining 3, the one outer, one inner, they known as the imbricate estivation. And twisted estivation, it means they are the overlapping to arrange in this manner. So they are the arrangement of this calyx and corolla. It is known as this estivation. Then we discuss about the androecium. The androecium consists of 2 to 4 stamens. They are the diademans. Stamens are only 2 in Adhatoda and Andrographis. There are rarely 5 stamens in this Acanthes. In Barlaria, the two stamen are fertile and the two are staminoid. And the stamen are epipetalous. It means they are attached to the corolla tube and the anther is a diatechous and basific. It means the generally endostem are 2 to 4 in number arrangement. So they are the known as the four stamen are arrangement in the two wall. It is known as the diadenemus. Okay, in this the two are long stamen and the two are short filament. Then in the Adhadoda and Androsa, the two number of stamen are present. But in this rare plant of this Acanthis, in this the 5 number of stamen are present. But in this Barlaria stamen, the also 4 stamen are present. But the 2 stamen are fertile and the 2 are at staminode. It means the attached to the petals. They are known as the epipetalous. They are attached to this petals portion. It means the corolla tube. And the anther is a diatechous. It means they are two lobed. And basific, it means the anther lobe, they are attached to the filament at this base portion. Then the next one is a gynoecium. They are the bicarpellary, syncarpous, superior, bilocular, axial placentation, one or more ovules per locules, style simple, stigma bilobed, and the disc present below the ovary. It means in this the two carpel are present, known as the bicarpellary. Then the syncarpous, it means the ovary is superior. The ovaries are joined, fused together, the known as the syncarpous. Then ovaries are superior. Bilocular, it means the two locules are present. The axial placentation, it means the ovule are attached to this marginal portion. One or more ovule per in the locule. Okay. In this single locule, the one to more ovule are present. Generally, the style is a simple and stigma are bilobed. It means the two lobe are present and the disc are present below the ovary. Then the pollination is by insect. Fruit is a loculicide capsule type and the seed is a non-endospermic. It means the endosperm are absent. So in this lecture, in this floral character, we discuss about the first of all inflorescence. They are generally the cymose type, spike type, and the monocacial and end to dicacial type, and some type axillary and solitary. Then a calyx are 4 to 5 number. They are gamosepalous. The estivation is a imbricate or valvate. Then the also corolla is a 2 to 5 in variation. The corolla attached to the corolla tube. Then the estivation is imbricate or twisted. Then the anther are generally 4 in number and they are didenacous. But the rarely in this Barlaria plant, there are 5 number of stamen are present. In this, out of 4, the 2 are long and the 2 are short filament. And the gynoecium is generally bicarpellary, and these 1 to many locules are present, and in these the ovules are attached. They are through the axial placentation, and the ovary is superior. So all the in this character, the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So other for the portion we write down. The totally portion of this floral formula, we write down the floral formula. The first one is a bract present, it is known as the BR. Then a bracteolate, they indicate the BRL. Then the plant is a zygomorphic, so this sign is zygomorphic. Then they are the bisexual. Calyx are 4 to 5 in number and they are the gamo. Corolla is also 5 in number and they are fused together, or in sometimes they are 2 or 3 in number. Then the endoecium are diatechous, it means the 2 plus 2 arrangement. In this some plant they are the 2 or 5 in number. But they are epipetalous, means they are joined together. The ovary is a bicarpellary, they are syncarpous, it means in this break and superior, so underline below the G. So they are the floral formula. In this floral formula we write down a floral diagram. So first we known as the BR, so they are the sign of BR. Then the bracteolate, so the 2 are bracteolate sign. Then the zygomorphic, so this is a zygomorphic sign. Then the bisexual, it means the anther and gynoecium, the both are present. Then the calyx is a 4 to 5 and they are gamosepalous. So the outer layer, it is a calyx number, they are 5 in number, and the arrangement, they are the imbricate arrangement. Then the corolla, it is also 5 in number, but they are also fused together, but the estivation is a twisted estivation. And in this diagram, the only 2 anther are present, so they are the 2 anther. And the gynoecium are bicarpellary. You can see this in the one locule, the 2 ovule are present, and in this attachment of this ovule, they are axial placentation. So all the floral formula and floral diagram, we write down the characteristic of this floral character. You can see this, there is an example of the Cystica Adhatoda. Also this plant, it is the known as the Adhatoda gensica. You can saw this, they are the inflorescence is the spike-like inflorescence. Then there are the anther portion, there are the gynoecium portion. This is their flora formula, bract present, bracteolate present, flower zygomorphic, bisexual. The calyx are 5 in number, they are fused together. Then corolla are 2/3 number, they are also fused together. Then endoecium are 2 number, they are attached together. Gynoecium bicarpellary and superior. And in this they are the floral diagram. Then we discuss about the shortly character of this acanthaceae. They are mostly herb and shrub plant. Leaves are opposite decussate and exstipulate. Then the inflorescence is a cymose type. The flower are bractate, bracteolate, zygomorphic, hermaphrodite and hypogynous. The calyx are generally 4 in number. They are fused together. The known is the gamosepalous. The also corolla is a 5 number and a gamopetalous. It means the fused together. Then stamen are generally 4 number. In this some are a 2 number. They are the polyandrous and it means they are not fused together. Then they are epipetalous, means they are attached to the petal portion. Carpel are 2, the known is the bicarpellary. They are syncarpous, it means they are joined together. The ovary is a superior. Placentation of this ovary is the axial placentation. Style is a simply and stigma are bilobed. The fruit is a capsule type and the seed in this, the endosperm are absent. So the known is the non-endospermic. They are the silent feature of this, how to remaining this acanthaceae family character. Then we discuss about the some common plant and there are some characters. So first we discuss about the Adhatoda gensica. They are known as the urdushi. We most often use in this for medicinal purpose. They are the evergreen and perennial shrub. It means they are the present in a several life cycle. The leaves are generally simple and lanceolate and opposite. Then the flower is a white in color. The inflorescence is a spike arrangement. The bracts are present. The sepals and petals are 5 in number and the stamen are 2 number and the fruit like this capsule type. Then the second plant is the Acanthus lilicifolia. They known as the new guru. They are also small, it means herb plant. They erect halophytic shrub. The leaves is a simple, opposite and oblong. They also pinnately leaves. The margin have a toothed like the spine margin. The flower is a generally blue in color and the bract and bracteolate are present. The fruit is a capsule type. Then the third plant is a Andrographis paniculata. We known as the Cariatu. They are also small annual plant. The leaves are simple and lanceolate. Flower are purple color. Inflorescence is the axillary and terminally panicle. The bracts are present and the fruit is a capsule type. Then the Rulia tuberosa. They are also known as the Phatakdi. They are the erect and a perennial shrub with the tuberous root. Leaves are simply. Flowers are blue-violet color in axillary and terminally shine. The bracteolate are also present. Fruit is a capsule type. And the next one plant is the Barleria prentoditus. We known as the Pedocardstadio. Then the Peristrophy bicalicus, the known as the Kaliangeri. Then the Thunbergia elatas, known as this Mohan. So all the are the common plant of this belong to Acanthaceae family. Then we discuss about some economic importance. They are also used as a medicinal purpose. So the Adhatoda vasica in the Barleria cristata, they are used in a cough. Then the Rulia and Rhanthaceae root, they are used also for the medicinal purpose. Then the fruit and leaves of this some plant, they are used also for fever. So they are the most often uses for this as an antidote. Then the ornamental, it means the many plants are cultivated with this ornamental purpose like the Acanthus, Barleria, Justia, Thunbergia, Rulia and often used in a huge. So they are the economic importance. They are mostly used in the medicinal and ornament purpose. So in this lecture we completed the Acanthaceae family. In this family, first of all we discuss about the systematic position according to the Bentham and Hooker classification. Then we discuss about the how many species are occur in our India and our Gujarat and throughout of this. Then we discuss about first of all vegetative character. In this vegetative character, the first one is a habitat, stem, root and the leaves arranged. Then we discuss about the floral character. In this we discuss about the inflorescence, the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. The all are the character and important of this floral character because the floral formula and floral diagram both are the dependent on this floral character. And after we discuss about the some common plant of this family and some common plant. In this we show the some floral formula and floral character of this family plant. The example is the Ethatoda junissica. Then we discuss about the silent feature of this plant. They are shortly remaining in this exam. And then we discuss about the economic importance. So in this lecture we discuss about this all details of this Acanthaceae family. So in this lecture we discuss about the all this also is family, but in our syllabus the dicot family are the six family in this syllabus. They are the Fabaceae family, Euphorbiaceae family, Combretaceae family, Apiaceae family, Verbenaceae and Acanthaceae. All the six dicot family we are completed. And now in this next lecture we discuss about in our syllabus the monocot family. In our syllabus the two monocot family are. So in this next lecture we discuss about this. Thank you.